What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. That means it's time for the Hump Day happy hour. No camel involved or hurt in the filming of this video. We're going to talk to some Patreons and some YouTube channel members tonight and see what's going on with them. And if you're wondering why the boys are not streaming, they had a double header tonight, and which I think ended up getting canceled anyway. But anyway, they are rescheduled for the 12th of April, so that stream will still be happening. What's going on, Dan?
Hey, man, not a lot. How about you?
I'm doing great, How about you, Terry? You doing all right? Terry, Hayden?
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh.
What was that? Oh, we're doing good.
I see Terry in the green screen room. And
Slip of the tongue.
All righty. Yeah. Well, really quick, we're going to thank the Patreons. Terry, since we're talking about him, he moved up to the King's Court for this month. So that's awesome. We did get a new Patreon. Welcome, Stealth GTI. Covain back up to the top activators. All these guys are moving and shifting around a little bit. So awesome stuff. And we all know they help keep me doing everything. We're also going to give a shout out to the Adventure Club. And it's pretty much the same as it was. There would be a change in that, but somebody wanted to remain anonymous. But special thanks to the anonymous person who hooked us up. We're now streaming in live 1080p, so hopefully it looks a little bit better for you guys, and we got some more features and stuff like that here, so much appreciated. All righty, well, we got a few the Patreons in the green room already. One of them don't look like he's back yet. We're gonna go ahead and bring them out. Guys, please stay muted until we talk to you. When we bring you out, go ahead and bring them out, Hayden.
You're all right. What's up, everybody?
There we got a good crew already starting. And the good news is with our upgrade, we can actually get 12 people on stream tonight instead of 10. So a couple extra places tonight.
Chris out.
There's some Charlie Golf Charlie even. All righty, so we're gonna start working our way around the room. TC Fitz, happy Wednesday to you, buddy. Thank you very much for the super chat. All super chats will be going toward the vehicle expenses on getting it ready for Delaware. I'm gonna get some new front tires and some new brakes put on before the trip, and an oil change. So that's where all the super chats are going tonight. I'll go ahead and tell you because I'm looking forward to Delaware for sure.
You're doing Delaware in the weekend, right?
Delaware in the weekend.
Oh, you don't need brakes?
I probably don't need brakes for that weekend because I won't be driving once I get there. But getting there might be an issue. So I am not going to break down at Cooper's Rock State Park because I don't have brakes.
That's very true.
Because Terry will probably be angry. He'll be like, man. All right, so let's go around the room and see what's going on. And in the way I'm looking at it, we're gonna start with Mr. Charlie Golf Charlie. What's going on, Chris?
Gotta figure out mute button. I was waiting on the garage door opener and the light to go off so it wasn't glaring down upon me.
TC Fitz, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy.
Awesome.
I'll probably need a halo around my ugly mug anyway.
You got a halo around you already. You're an angel.
It makes you look more angelic, buddy.
Hey, that's what my grandmother often tried to tell the YL, but I think the YL is totally the thing grandmother might have been in the booze.
Well, what we're going to tell people on the stream right now is, even in heaven they got the town drunk, and the town drunk is being heavenly brought down. The lights bringing him down to bring him on the street.
Oh, there is a beer actually on my damn computer angle. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Oh, so
But
what's been going on with you, buddy?
oh man, the trials and tribulations of being a rookie.
Of being a rookie. Okay.
No, I mean you run into things and things do occur, you know.
So are you saying you had a rookie mistake?
Well, I had a oopsie.
And oops. Okay.
Well, we need to hear about this.
Well, a helpful hint for hopeful heroes. I'm wanting that light to go out. I don't even like the way I look on the live stream. It'll go out in a minute. If not, I'm X-nay my camera or whatever. Anyways, note to self: storm damage does occur. The upper and the lower road, and including the steep hill in and out of here on the single lane road. I've been waiting for mail and stuff since the middle of last week because the mail people couldn't get through. Big Brown had a delivery. I mean, we all play ham radio, you know, so we're expecting things semi-weekly anyway. Well, the UPS Big Brown pulls up and he says, usually sit here and talk to you for a few minutes. I ain't got time. They had to break down the tree trimming rigs down on the lower road so I could get through to make this delivery. They're waiting on me to set back up. And I'm like, when you pass by them, tell them I got to go out. I got 2 or 3 minutes. Let me get some stuff in the truck. Quick, fast, now in a hurry. Halfway down the driveway, I realized the one small, insignificant thing I forgot to do. And the little things danced in my head. There it turned off.
Oh, we can get down to business now.
Halfway down the road, I knew what I had done. Or halfway down through the driveway. My duplexer was plugged in the back of my 991A. That was on top of my DX10 beside my brand new computer speakers, my air purifier, and my laptop computer, which I am happy was closed. Halfway down the driveway, I realized that I had not unhooked that coax from my ATOS hooked to my pickup truck.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
You don't want to talk about Monday or, you know, some days are better than. That was destined to be a worse than.
When you realized it, did you suck some of the seat cushion up in the truck?
All of it.
Yeah, I imagine. Holy mackerel.
I mean, it's like, you know what you just did when you heard that noise.
Right.
It's like, oh, wow. And so it's kind of like Schrodinger's cat. Because I wasn't coming back up driveway. I've seen my coax connectors had the guts ripped out of them, and I'm like, well, that's where it gave at. What did it drag with it before it gave? I wasn't going to open the box. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to town. Let me do what I have to do. I did stop in get some gummies and stop at the alcohol store on the way home just in case. But my gun safe and the desk, now if I'd have had my equipment on the rack like it used to have been, FT991A would have bounced like a basketball. But the Lord looks after drunks and fools, and I guess I'm a drunken fool. I don't know. But word to the wise, get them breakaways like has been suggested to me.
Yeah. James is holding one up right now.
I see him holding one up. I actually ordered them, but they came in the wrong size.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I mean, things do happen, and yeah, kapow goes. But I mean, things do happen, but sometimes the little smallest thing can have the biggest difference maker. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Listen, breakaways will save you. My story ain't as dramatic as yours, but we all know that about the deer that ran through my coax at the park one time, and if it wouldn't been for having one of these breakaways off to pull the coax out of the back of the radio, I'm pretty sure my 991A at the time would have went a flying across the field itself. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
a deer ran through it, and it was strong enough that that coax was shot. There wasn't no connection after that. So you can imagine it would have pulled that radio right out the road.
well, I was envisioning when I got home a dent being at the bottom of the garage door where it closes over the coaxes. There's
Right. Yeah.
the imprint. What's that, Star Wars or whatever, dude, that's stuck in plastic in there? I could see the imprint of the face panel of the 991 embedded in my garage door.
We look like little ants, you know.
Apparently, we're small.
Well, that is not what she said, but that's for another
Yeah, no,
thing.
that's for Sundays.
Anyway, so all right, we appreciate you, Charlie. Charlie, and if we have time, we'll get back to you after we get through everybody here. I still expect a lot more people to be showing up because Patreons are latecomers sometime. Thank you very much for the super chat, Kurt. The man who's on top of the list, he says he's going to stay there.
Yeah, he
And
solidify that spot.
you ain't gonna miss that Delaware. You're gonna make contact with me, buddy. But thank you for the 7373. I like that number. I appreciate you, buddy. All right, so next looks like, well, you know what? Steven's actually next, but I'm going to go over here to David because somebody already called him out in the chat. So, David, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us how you're doing.
I'm doing well. Obviously, you guys hadn't seen me on the after chat or anything in a while. I've been busy. The big news is I am now the emergency coordinator for Greenwood County, South Carolina. I've been super busy with that. Hadn't even had time to go really play POTA. Trying to repair a program that's been neglected for the last decades, and I'm building from scratch for something that's already existing and moving. It's been a headache. Other than that, everything's been good. Hoping to get a little radio time in this weekend.
Thank you very much, Eddie, for the super chat. Well, first off, David, I want to apologize for the Stephen. Thank you very much, buddy. Doing it while he's on stream. 134 Qs today. Not all by me.
Not really. Not really. And sorry for Eddie for misspelling his name. My bad. I still love you, Eddie.
But anyway, David, I want to apologize right off the bat for every time I come through South Carolina and all the POTA activators get all crazy and start calling 911 telling you to hide your parks that he's coming through and stuff. So I know that's rough on the emergency coordinators. I've had a few towns that tell me, listen, you're gonna have to do this late at night when they're asleep. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that like me in POTA, but I've learned, and I'm not going to say nobody in particular, but I learned that not everybody wants me to come in their area because they don't want me in their park. And it warps my mind to think, why would you not want me in a park that you activate? I mean, are you scared that I'm going to pass you in queues or something? I mean, normally when I'm out roving, I'm just tinning out anyway. But when I heard that the other day, it kind of made me chuckle. I was like, yeah, I guess. But guess what? I will be coming to your park, just so you know.
I wonder why they don't want you there. Like, will you leave a stain on it? Like, I don't know, you know?
I don't know, but they better go in their park every day because if they don't have a big lead, I will take that park over now.
Yeah.
But what? So you've been busy, David? You ain't been doing no. All right, what's going on?
I hadn't really been up to much of nothing. Trying to get all that straight.
PP Man, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Am I echoing? Somebody watching this on YouTube?
No, it's me interesting.
Not me.
It's not me either. I just I've been muted and I got and YouTube muted. So
All right. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see if it'll work out. Go ahead and continue, David.
Oh, that's it. I've just been busy. Hopefully, I'm gonna get to do a little bit of parks on the air this weekend, but we'll see what happens. Because the minute I say that, a tornado or earthquake or somebody just wanting to be crazy is gonna ruin my weekend.
Well, I do promise not to come through South Carolina this weekend, so you'll be good. All right. I don't know why that's matrixing. All right, we'll move on. Steven, you were next. What's going on with you, buddy? As he fades
He
out.
just dropped out.
We're not matrixing anymore, though. So
Okay.
that is good.
That's really good. Yeah, it was driving me nuts. All right, Ed, what's going on with you, buddy?
not much, man. Just I got I did some POTA on Sunday. It's been about since probably November. Since it was my first time that I had a chance to go out in a little while, but it was insane because 20 was lit with people doing that contest over the weekend. I think it was like a seed or worldwide. I can't remember what the name of the contest was, but man, the 20 was jammed. It was hard to get a free spot in there. So
I think it was called the let's see if you can get on every frequency on the band contest.
Pretty much, yeah.
See how many POTA activators we can drive off contest.
Exactly. And even I had a couple of contesters asking me for a number, and I'm like, I'm not doing the contests. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what, because they gave them the park number. Oh, is that your? Oh, no. That's the park number, not the number for the contest. It's like,
So I had a couple ask me for my number. I'd make one up, and I gave one of them like 27,915. He goes, again? I said 27915. He goes, 73, thanks.
I got to remember that for next time. Oh, Lord. Yeah. So the next project's going to be to get a vertical. I have Comet CHA 250B. I'm going to get that up in the air as soon as possible, but it's just been a little bit tight out there. I asked some guys from my club to see if they can help me put that up.
I was really thankful for CW this weekend because I was just like, you know what, the bands are full. I'm going to do some CW.
It was a good idea.
I'm not great at CW, but I have a lot of fun doing it. And what I really have a lot of fun doing is going on POTA. I got an email, and the guy said my post on POTA make him laugh. He's like, and he apologized for the people that are rude. But I literally I'll spot on there 14 words a minute, new activator, or be ignored. And you wouldn't believe the people that get ignored because they'll just come through there like a million words a minute.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'll be like QRS, and then they'll go silent. And then I'll call CQ in and they'll come right back through a million.
Gotta love it. Yeah.
I thought QRS meant like silent. That's what the S stands for, right?
That's slow down. Yeah. Well, maybe they think it's silent.
Yeah. I just won't send anything. Is that slow enough for you?
There you go. That's very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised people don't come in my sideband contact and it's like QRS.
Or people call you on sideband Whiskey Delta 4.
I'll be like nothing heard QRZ.
Yeah.
We're gonna do your ASMR thing,
Yeah.
Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November.
Well, I tell you, I've made a couple of mistakes lately where I switch back and forth. I haven't set the DX10 up for profiles, and I'll switch back from CW to sideband, and I'll forget to turn my power up. I'll just be doing activations. The next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I'm only on 33 watts.
She has a point.
I'm the POTA king, not the CW king.
Oh.
That's coming. That'll come later.
Although I will toot my horn. I am currently sitting in 4th place in CW this year. For
very nice.
So
cool, very good.
Yeah.
So and and that continues to say why I'm the POTA king, because not because I'm number one in something, but because I'm in the top 5 in everything that I do.
So is it like Kyle or Charlie have you beat out for that or no? I don't know if Charlie does soda. I think
Yeah,
with
Charlie
Kyle,
does soda, and Kyle's a better CW activator, but he just doesn't do it.
just
Mine's
doesn't do
just
it.
consistency with everything is consistency. But Bill Brown is still just killing it. There's no catching him. I have no intention of coming after Bill Brown because I have other things to do besides CW. You know, I gotta stay in front of everybody on SSB.
Yep.
Because that's my love.
Makes sense.
In the top 5 and everything, including origami.
Yeah.
The more you know.
POTA origami. I'm number 1 ranked in that. You know.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Robbie might have me beat because he can do his really fast. When he deals with paper, he's fast.
That's true. I don't think any paper was involved, to be honest. But
Oh, I'm surprised where all the Patreons and channel members are. Nobody wanting to come on. I'm hoping. I know Toby's in the chat. I'm hoping Toby joins us because there's something I want to talk to Toby about. But sometimes it's prying nails with a butter knife to get Toby to come on. So
she's been on once before, right? I thought I saw her.
She's been on a couple of times.
Yeah.
Chris, you're in the chat. You're not here in the back room. We need you in the back room so we can put you on stream, buddy. So Ed,
and if anybody,
Go
just
ahead,
real
Ed.
quick, sorry, if anybody doesn't know where the link is, it's in the Patreon members Discord channel. We did a tag here. We're tagging people in it right now to get some attention.
Or to
Go to
YouTube,
Discord
or the
or the
YouTube,
YouTube
member.
channel members.
Right.
Yes.
Either or. It's in both. Ed found it. I told him where it was, and he found it right.
yeah,
Sir?
I'm like, hey, what are you doing out there? Come in here. So, my question to you, Ed, is what's your style of activating favorite? Are you a rover? Are you a knock out the QSOs? What's your POTA?
Yeah, usually knock out the QSOs because I do live relatively close to a few parks, but it's just because of time. I don't have time to go out to. Like I could probably hit there's like Ridley Creek State Park, was about 20 minutes from me. Got Valley Forge. There's Fort Washington State Park. And if I want to venture out, or if I want to start a little bit south, I can hit John Hines Wildlife Refuge. And then there's a couple in right in Center City. I'm trying to figure out how to drag my equipment on the train because I don't want to pay for parking to hit like Independence National Park. And there's a couple smaller parks that are like not too far away. Hopefully I can be able to hit those.
Thank you very much, Dale, for the super chat. So dragging your equipment on train is pretty easy. Depending on what you're wanting to take with you, but
right.
Every time I go to Florida, I go on a train, and I bring my equipment and my stuff for a month, my YouTube stuff and everything. So it's really not that hard. I don't know what you're wanting to bring out, but I take a 20 amp hour battery with me. Last year I took 2 radios with me. So, and I didn't check anything. Everything was in carry on. So,
yeah, it works out great as long as the train stays on the tracks.
Exactly. Yeah,
well,
that's true. Yeah,
there is that. There is that.
I think
minor
like a commuter train. So it wouldn't be like anything I wouldn't have to check in. But yeah, just trying to figure like as far as antennas go. And if it's a national park, some of them have a little fit about throwing an antenna up in a tree. But I'm going to get one of the tripods, like the one HOA Ham talks about. Like I've seen TO and a few others, and it's like they have those collapsible legs that I can probably pack up. It'll be easy to carry. Bring that out with a ham stick, and I'm good to go. I got an 891, so
I'll tell you, I've had a lot of good luck with the Buddy Stick Pro too.
It's another. I'm thinking that's another option once the funds allow.
Alrighty. What's going on, man? This is the first time I've ever seen you, Chris. So Chris has been a Patreon for a while, and I've never even seen him. He comes into my after chat, but I don't think I could be wrong, or I'm not looking at the stream in after chat half the time, but I don't remember seeing him in there.
He's incognito.
I'm there a lot of days. I just listen in, and I'm fascinated with the conversation. So.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're normally you just show your little icon. You don't show your face very much. So
right. Well, yeah, it's usually because I'm putting up clothes or washing the dishes or something. So you guys don't want to see that.
Dan gets mad and shuts his stream off sometime and just gorges on like he takes spoons and peanut butter and just eats it like constantly. And
there you go.
Peanut butter truffle.
Yeah, he loves the peanut butter truffles. But what's been going on with you, Chris?
I've been trying to do the park a day since January. You guys motivated me to try to do at least the hunter part. I figured if I could do the hunter part this year and next year I can try the activator part. My closest park is 25 minutes away, so I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but at least the hunter part, and I've got almost 1,000 contacts this year so far. So that's a lot of parks, for me anyway, for the year. So that's almost double so far what I did last year. So for hunting, but Georgia Parks Weekend, that's our big push. We've been pushing that noodle for a while, and so now it's finally here. So we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to rain on Saturday morning, so I don't know what's going to happen. But
don't tell me that, man.
Yeah, that's what it's. I don't make the forecast.
Yeah, but wait a minute. How many times in your lifetime have you paid money to go to a swimming pool and jump in that swimming pool? So you're paid good money to get wet, but yet you don't want to get wet. Come on now.
Well, we'll have a shelter at least in Cordele, so we'll be okay. But I mean, I'm gonna be there regardless because I paid $55 a day for that pavilion, so
there you go.
I'm gonna be there.
I don't blame you.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a swimming pool or a shower or something. I mean, one way or the other, you're always paying to get wet. So.
But I'm looking forward to the Georgia State Park weekend because Georgia is my closest state right now to $100 states, and I'm gonna do my research between now and Saturday and see exactly which state parks I need to look for. Mm-hmm. I plan on just going to a park and just sitting there and hunting all the Georgia parks, park to park. That way, 2 reasons: 1, I like to activate, and 2, I get through the pile-up a lot faster when I say park to park. So, I'm going to use that advantage to me. So I appreciate that.
Yep. I'm hoping that a lot of people will use the lower bands because if they're all on 20, it's not going to be nice. So
it's going to be a mess.
So we'll see. We'll just be working the Florida parks because they're having their event on the same weekend. So
the good news is Georgia is like the pipeline for me from West Virginia. So 20, 40, whatever you guys are on, I can. Matter of fact, I made 10 meters. I went on 10 meters today, and I don't know if it was open or not, but I went on there and I called CQ for a while and never got nobody. So I went over to CW and I made a Georgia CW on 10 meter. So
yeah.
Georgia's my pipeline. All right, man. It's been great for you being on the stream, hang out with us because we got plenty of room right now. Got extra room actually, and we might get back to you here in a minute.
That's fine. Thanks,
Mr. NCIS. What's going on, Scott?
That's good one. I expected to hear.
I like
my audio sound okay.
Excellent.
He actually got me at the NCIS park the other day. At least I think it was at that one because it was.
Yeah. That's the place I activate most frequently. It's somebody just mentioned that they're 20 minutes away from their closest park, and that's about where I am. So I drive that parkway all the time, and so I just stop and activate. So.
Yeah, he made a park to park with me, and 2 minutes later, all these sedans pulled up and rushed up to me and like, oh, never mind, it's the King, let's go. And they turned around. And I don't know what was going on, but
The men in black come out with their little flashies.
Yeah.
Not quite, but yeah,
Yeah.
I actually pulled one of them over one day because oddly enough, the park rangers, they didn't even know that I had that encounter, so I wanted to tell them about it. So the guy that I stopped turned out he's not one of the ones that I knew, but he knew who I was, so we had a chat, and then I collected his card, and now I have all of their names, so I can be a name dropper, and over time I'll get all of their cards.
For the most part, I've always had really good interactions with park rangers and stuff like that in all the parks. I've had maybe two exceptions, uh, one in South Carolina and one in Tennessee. But other than that, it's funny. The guy in Tennessee even went as far as to tell us, "I've applied for the police academy 6 times and they won't take me." I wonder why, buddy.
Maybe he's too nice.
Yeah.
You're harassing two guys and two kids out here who's talking on ham radio.
Yeah, yeah. The park rangers have always been pretty nice, and it wasn't until this most recent interaction that they've even bothered to ask my name. They usually just say hello and ask me what I'm doing and tell me to have a nice day. And so this guy, because I stopped him, he asked me my name. And so, but it's the police and in this case feds that went a little farther. The Navy police, they were the ones that I thought were going to get out of hand, but they didn't even talk to me. But if they did, they what I don't know is if they would treat me like I'm one of their sailors on the base, because their authority on the base is different than it is on the Colonial Parkway, and they probably know that. That's why they didn't talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been lucky. I've never had the NCIS come out. I will tell you a funny story. I really was waiting for Secret Service to come and get me one night in DC because it was the night of the presidential speech or whatever, and their streets shut down everywhere in Washington, and I was out at one of the memorials, pitch black dark, with an antenna run up in the air doing an activation. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to jail tonight. But actually, a security guard walked by at one point and never even nodded a head. He just kept on going. So
Everything that's going on this weekend, I am putting in the chat. It's a laundry list.
That's a lot of state QSO parties going on.
Yeah, there's 3 state QSO parties, 2 state POTAs, and the SPDX contest.
So basically, what you just told me was, I'm going to the park. I'm going to hunt Georgia parks, and I'm going to do CW.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. I can deal with it.
The work bands.
I can deal with that. Now the Georgia parks can't not go on them.
Correct.
Because they're doing a Georgia contest. Is that correct, Dan?
Yep. Chris, if you want to chime in on this, you know a lot more about it than I do since you were heavily involved with that.
So if you're going to turn in your log for the Georgia Park event, which means you're getting points and you're in the competition, the contest, then no, you cannot use the work bands like a normal contest. However, if you are a Georgia station and you're just activating the park like a normal POTA activation, you are welcome to use those bands. You just won't be able to turn in your log for the contest. So it depends on what you want to do. Some people are going to activate and they're going to be at other parks that are not state parks, and they're just going to do their normal Saturday or Sunday activation and not turn in their log. They can use those regular bands. And so,
couldn't somebody who was doing it turn in their logs, but not the log, like just take those out of the ones that turn it? Like, say I wanted to do it and I was at a state park and I did, 40 and 20, and then I was like, well, I'm going to go over here to 60 and just, turn in my normal log to POTA, but just omit the 60-meter contacts to the Georgia.
Yeah, you could probably. Yeah, we wouldn't know otherwise. Yeah, so if you were careful to take those out, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then you'd have your normal activation, and then you'd be able to submit for the contest too. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. The next guy we're going to talk to is the King Scribe. and he's looking gangster down there in the dark. You know, I'm a little bit scared of what's going to come out of his mouth. But we're going to bring out the brisket master himself. What's up, Eddie?
Hey, is my audio all right?
For now.
It'll do.
All right, good. Well,
I'm sure
I'm coming live from 7882, the pitcher plant bog, where I spend most of my nights now. So
Nice.
looking forward to this weekend. I'll be at Georgia Veterans as well. I'll be camping, so I'll be there most of the weekend. So you can catch me after 10. I'll be on some FT8, so that'll be a nice quiet way to keep racking up some QSOs. And I didn't know it was supposed to rain, which kind of throws a kink, because I was going to try to throw a brisket down for Saturday. And I may still. I'll put it under the awning or something.
Now, listen, I just told David I wasn't coming through South Carolina this weekend, so he'd be okay. And now you're talking about brisket in Georgia. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I've made some promises, and I'm going to try to keep them.
Yeah, y'all been talking about brisket since February, so.
I'm telling you, man, Eddie makes a mean brisket. You know, I got to say, he makes a mean brisket. I look forward to the next time.
Well, I'll have plenty of time to let her be on the smoker while I'm activating. So, and every now and then I'll take a break and can check on it, and I won't have much else to do. So I figured I might as well.
Make sure you bring your 2-meter, because we want to park you while you're down there.
Oh yeah, we might as well just yeah. And on the side, if you want to, we can try to 10 band it while we're there.
Yeah, well, it was good brisket, but that daggone hitchhiker that was there kept dipping it in peanut butter for some reason.
I don't remember about the brisket. I think I'm gonna need a refresher, Eddie.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of losing I can't quite remember what it tastes like. I hear that there is an HRAG meetup up north, Eddie. So I hear that would be a good place for some brisket.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think that
would be a good place for some brisket. Yeah,
that would be Lum's Pond.
Lum's.
And I'll see you there if you're coming.
Oh, that reminds me, Hayden. Did Andrew get up with you yet?
Not recently, unless.
Okay. Andrew Pearson's wanting to talk to you.
Okay.
So maybe get up with him. But yeah, the 8th of April at the place that Hayden just said, because I don't even know where it's at. But after our second day of the Delaware in a weekend, we're doing a meetup up there, and I hope everybody who hunts me and follows me that's anywhere near that area comes out and checks it out. I love meeting new people and new hunters and stuff like that. It's always a lot of fun.
And if anybody wants to know what the park number is, it's Kilo 1741.
I'll check out. See you guys.
All right, later, bud. He getting ready to go back there and finish that activation.
Yeah, he's got to get that activation in. That's right.
Oh, at least he showed up for the stream this time. He's normally just out there activating, ignoring us.
Kyle, what's up, man?
Oh, Kyle, you're a Patreon. What are you doing on that side of the chat? Please copy. Poor cats are welcome here, Kyle. All right, so I asked Ed earlier, Scott, what is your forte in activating? Are you more of a rover, or are you more of a knockout the QSOs? What's your favorite?
I'm not sure if I understand your question, but it just depends on what I feel like. Sometimes, like if I open up the spotting page and I just see a whole bunch of other activators on there, then I'll just kind of chase them and get 12 to 15 and then call it a day. And then sometimes I might feel like sitting around and calling CQ, and then I just have to know that if I'm going to do that, to expect to be there for an hour or more because once it starts, I don't like leaving anybody hanging.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like leaving people out there either, but I I don't have a very big attention span either. I like my pileups, and my pileups are furious. But if you give me over 45 seconds to get out of there, I will leave and go to the next part. So
You,
I mean, and the people in my Discord know if I spot on Discord and say Discord only, I'm in a hurry. They'll come fast because they know you'll miss me. Yeah, I've had
well,
people be like, "I was in the bathroom, man."
I picked up on something from you a few nights ago, or it might have been a week ago by now. But um, at the end, as things start to taper off, I will say, "Hey, last call. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else?" And then I'll leave it open. And if nobody says anything, I just KE4WMF clear, and then I take off the headphones. And sometimes I still hear somebody, but too bad. Time to move on. Bladder's getting full. Got to go.
If they're a really, really loyal hunter to me, there have been times where I've been off. I've done went QRT for like a minute and a half, and I'm literally sitting there doing the logs. And sometimes I do leave the radio on, and I hear somebody pop in there. And normally, if it's somebody that they're in my log hundreds of times. Like let's say it's Kurt, for example. I'll be like, Kilo Bravo 9, Juliet Quebec uniform, 5 and 9. All right, buttons off, and I'll hit the power after that because I know there. If I don't have that power, there is 10 people right behind him.
Well, I had a guy that I was hunting, and so I had gotten enough to activate the park, and so I was just trying to get this one more guy, and then he very suddenly said, "Hey, I'm QRT." So I was like, "All right, that's it." And then I hear somebody go, "Oh man," and so then I said, "Oh man, this is KE4WMF. You want a threefer?" And so then I gave him a threefer, and then I bailed.
Yeah, Kurt hit the nail on the head. If I call last call, it's a whole nother pileup. I don't know what it is. It's like there's 20 people just sitting there just listening.
There are a lot of activators that love to come right behind me and jump on my frequency the second I leave. Because, hey, you're welcome, John. I appreciate all the hunts.
But yeah, the bed's already warm.
Because they know that, somebody gave me, 45 second break and I split. But there's probably 10 hunters right off the bat without spotting in there. And they'll just
same with contesters. Same thing. As soon as you get off the free release, you're quiet. They jump right in there because they know it's finally open.
That's why I like being in a park when you guys are on roves, because I'll just sit there and make contact with you at one park and then wait for you to get to the next park and make a bunch of other contacts. And
no contesters. They wait for a POTA guy to get 3 QSOs in. Then they say CQ contest, CQ contest.
Yep.
They did that to me 3 times last Saturday. And the first 2 I moved. The third time I said, nope, not happening, Jack. I just worked through it, and he ended up leaving. But he tried it.
Yeah. I got one guy give me, actually, I was on one frequency. It's his frequency in use. Waited a couple seconds, and all of a sudden this contester jumped in. Is this frequency in use? And he jumps from right in calling CQ contest. I was like, I was like, screw it. I just moved on.
It's like, is this frequency CQ contest? CQ contest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, oh my God, it was ridiculous.
I often wonder though, because my hunters, I'm a creature of habit, and my hunters figure me out really easy where I'm going next. And there's times where I say, is this frequency? And as soon as I get frequency out and I'll hear a hunter blast my call sign, and I just immediately go into a signal report, and then my QRZ. And if that frequency was in use, I just totally took over at that point. But that's normally it's normally on off bands that happens because on 60 meters, well, there's only so many places I can go on 60, and they know where I'm going in CW on 30, because I'll go to spot in my group and they'll see me typing, and the next thing I know, my radio starts blasting CW, and it's people that's contacting me because I recognize the call sign right off the bat. So I finish my spot and hit it, and then I answer and go on.
Oh, it is Wednesday. Kyle won't be here because he's going home from tennis and he has to pick up Chipotle on the way home.
Oh, he does. He's got to
That's
pick
right.
up Chipotle.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
He'll be in the after chat joining us with his Chipotle, telling us
That's
how
right.
good it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mexican tomorrow, Kyle, if that counts. But I'm going to real Mexican.
Terry, that is true. When James hops frequencies, we know we have the right one. When I hear you tune up, I'm like, yep, I picked the right one this time.
I'm going to start messing with y'all. I'm going to start tuning up and then go down like 5. I mean, 60 is easy because you can't go, but a couple frequencies.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear me tuning on 60 because I go over to CW to tune, but it's pretty much the same place,
Well, yeah, that kind of sparks a question for me because I saw you on 60 not long ago, and because it's channelized, I couldn't figure out. I suppose I could have gone to one of the other channels to tune up, but I tune up on AM, but the radio won't let me choose or change modes.
Yep.
So I wasn't even sure how to tune on 60. I'd never used it before. What do? Do you go to a CW channel and tune there?
It's weird. On my 991A, it used to tune up just fine regularly. But my DX10, when I first got it, it would. But now I have to go to CW and tune up through CW. And people tune up on there all the time. They don't. I have a great signal on 60, so it doesn't affect me really when they do.
Yeah, I probably just got to learn how to use it because if you recall, I've got a screwdriver antenna, so I'm tuning manually. Where if I had something else, I'm sure I'd just be pushing a button and would do something.
Typically, I'm over on 5405. You could go to 53 or 75. I think it's the next one down and tune, and you'll be pretty close over there. I think a lot of people do that. Yes, that's what I use as memory channels, but it won't tune. Well, I don't have an ATOS, Kurt. I'm tuning with a manual tuner.
So with I have a Yaesu. I guess Kurt might be the JQU, and so when I switch to one of those CW channels, can I key that with the mic, or do I have to have a key, or how does that work? That's something I have no experience with.
Kurt will have the answer to that. I do not.
Yeah. Kurt, you're also a Patreon. Why are you not on the stream right now?
That is true. Kurt is a King's Court, the original King's Court. Actually, we created King's Court for Kurt.
Yeah, so he says I got to have a key. So no joy for me, but I'll figure something out.
Well, or you key the microphone.
Dude, I don't care. Go over to 5405 on CW and tune up and then just come over there and get me. I don't care. You'll come in and you'll hear me talking about some rude tuner up there. Done now. Let's go.
Well, I know some guys on single sideband will whistle, and so yeah, I don't do that, but I'll try to get close sometimes, and then I'll just start talking, and then I'll watch. I'll tune up and down and watch the.
Yeah, if you're tuning up on single sideband, you just go to somewhere where you hear them talking about a colonoscopy, and you tune up right there, and then go over.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Well, instead of going to sideband, you could go to AM, which is a constant carrier.
That's what I do is AM. I tune up on AM.
That's what I do on all the other bands, but on my radio,
60
it's
meters.
Channelized.
It's channelized. It won't let you go to AM. You can go to 60 meters on the sideband channel, or you can go on the CW channel. Even though on Yaesu it shows you that's the same frequency, it's not. Yaesu just shows you the center frequency but it's putting you in the right place. It's close. It's close, but it's not. And ICOMs, however, do not do that. I don't know how ICOMs work exactly, where they're putting you at. But
CW will be 5405 would be the CW of that channel. If you're on sideband, it puts you on your actual carrier. So what would that be? 53 something 0.5. So.
I know Yaesu just sticks you in the middle where you're supposed to be. I know that,
but
but I know I also hate when somebody goes by and I'll put 5405 and somebody goes by and changes my frequency to what it says on the icon.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's not what I put. Why are you changing my stuff?
Yeah, because they probably hunted you on an icon.
Probably. Somebody QRT'd me today. I saw that. I put hopping, and they went right behind me and put QRT because I wasn't on that frequency no more. And I'm like, I didn't say I was leaving. Come on, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the memories for the icon. Yeah.
See, they're preset. They're preset on the Asus.
Hmm.
Makes it easy, that's for sure.
Well, maybe that's why I've only found you once on 60 meters, I guess, because I don't have mine set up in my ICOM.
To be honest, I don't either. Well, actually, I do, but it's a pain in the butt. It's easier on the 7300 to go between VFO and memory because it's a button. On the 7610, you have to actually go into the quick menu and do it that way, and it's just a pain in the butt. Normally you go to 60 meters after 40. So it's easy for me to go from 7 megahertz to 5 megahertz just by spinning the VFO real fast. So I actually tune it with a VFO.
So you can go through the VFO and tune in the frequency, and it'll transmit.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
So you have to go through the memory channels on the Yaesu.
Interesting.
You could tune over there, but
you can still tune in the memory channels, right?
You're not going to transmit over there if you just tune it with the VFO.
I have. Oh no.
Now I have my band edges set up manually where it won't let me transmit outside of those channelized regions, but I can tune it, with the VFO and get there. Yeah.
I wonder if that changes if you do the Mars mod on the radio.
That I don't know.
You can probably transmit there, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Cool.
You could tune
outside of those channels.
VFO. Yeah. And transmit with it.
Yeah. It's just faster for me to spin the VFO from 7 megahertz to 5 than it is to go into the menu and go to memory.
Well, on mine, it's like
another downside.
It's literally at the top of the radio, you hit memory.
Yeah, that's the difference between the 7300 and the 7300 was just one button too to go to memory.
Oh, there you go.
But on the 7610, it's a little bit different.
So.
Pretty sure every Yaesu I've seen has a VM button.
Yep. Yeah, Kurt says the Mars mod will let you TX and VFO on the Yaesu. So.
I need to look into that. I think that's a software update, right?
The VM button, is that the one that takes whatever you're looking at on the VFO and put it into memory?
No, it just switches between VFO and memory mode.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember what the buttons are. There's 6 buttons, I think, on top of the 891, and 2 of them on the far left get me in trouble all the time because they'll send me off someplace I don't want to be, and so I actually have a piece of plastic taped over top of them so that I can't push them on accident.
So actually, right below Ed, there's a picture of a DX10, and if you look on the very top, right above the left-hand side of the big knob, that's where the memories are. There's a button right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, wow, I'm surprised. We're actually
we flew through that hour.
We've actually flew through this hour. But we'll be having lots of more Patreon fun over in the after chat. All Patreons and channel members are welcome. You should be set up, and if you have a problem, message Hayden and fuss at him because you should be set up already.
And if you're not a Patreon member or a Discord member, join us in Discord. Send me a message. Come see what all the fun is about the after chat, and then you can become a Patreon member and hang out with us all the time.
The first hit's free.
That's right. I give you your first glass of Kool-Aid free, and then after you drink it, you're addicted. So, guys, listen. I know I preach about Patreon, but I'm trying to do this for a living, and I don't like preaching about stuff like that, and that's why I like Patreon so much, because I try my best to give back to Patreons a whole lot. And I can't tell you the times. Yeah, we get in there and we have fun, but I can't tell you the times that I've learned stuff in Patreon, that they've learned stuff in Patreon, and I'm constantly adding new benefits. Matter of fact, we just added a really cool one. Well, we set it up to add a really cool one. It ain't added yet today. Going to be a lot of learning coming up in Patreon for the guys, but it's worth your time. We have a great community, and there's people out there that even when I'm not around, I'll look at my phone and look in Discord, and I'll see like 5 people stacked up in one of the voice rooms in Patreon, just sitting there hanging out and talking and stuff like that. So it's a good thing. So just check it out if you're interested in something like that. And you can be like Chris and just sit and just listen to us all the time. He's always quiet on us, but
sorry.
Hey, that's not a problem. He's not quiet on the radio. He always hunts me right off the bat.
He's probably recording it for ransom.
Working from home has its advantages. I can, take a little break here and there.
That's right.
Speaking of ransom, I actually have a screenshot of one of the Patreons, and it's going to be funny when I decide to use it on there.
Oh boy!
And they're not on here right now, but they are in the chat.
So they know who they are then. Okay.
I know that they actually don't.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It is a great screenshot where they froze one night.
Oh, geez. You pulled a Joe Brett, because he usually was that in the clubhouse.
I pulled a Joe Brett.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go around the room and let everybody say goodbye, and then we're gonna head over to the after chat. So, Chris, you're in the corner. You got anything coming up? I know what you're gonna say, but
no, I don't. I can't think of anything that's happening in April at all. So just be bored the whole month.
Yeah, just be bored, except for this weekend.
Yeah, 3 weekends in a row. Yeah.
So, all right. So, Ed, you got anything cool coming up?
Let's see. Not too much coming up, except I got a window pass through, a cable through. I'm hoping maybe I can borrow a circular saw from somebody. I can get it cut and I can fit it in my window. And then sometime. I'm sorry.
Sledgehammer.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Sledgehammer and a little bit of that great stuff, foam.
Perfect.
Just get rid of the window. I'm going to tell you. I have bad luck with deer. Okay, I told you the story about the daggone deer out in the park. Well,
right.
The day that I got my DX10, it's sitting on my porch. I already know I got a Christmas present on my porch because he contacted me. He told me my present was there. When I first pull into my house, I noticed that my inverted V is down. I don't even look at my porch. I go straight out there, and I'm like, what the crap? The one end of the cable's way back this way. I'm like, what is going on? I'm just all mad and stuff. And I go to my porch and then see this big box, like, ooh, that's radio size. But funny thing, again, it wasn't connected to the radio, but it would have been with a quick connect, and it would have saved me then too. But when that deer ran through that guideline and took that wire with him, it jerked the coax from my desk right out through there and busted my window.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Because my coax goes through the bottom, but it when it jerked it out, I guess it flung up to the top and busted the top half of the window.
Oh man. Okay.
Giant chicken.
Deer do not like ham radio. Okay.
Yeah. In my old location, that probably would have been the case. We used to get a lot of deer around there. Where I am now, it's like I think the worst thing we get is rabbits and foxes, and also my antenna is going to be up on the roof anyway. So hopefully, and I'm on the second floor for my shack, so I don't have to worry about any animals like treading through.
The reason I know it was a deer is my neighbor. I was out there cleaning up everything the next day, and my neighbor's like, "Yeah, we seen that deer run right through that." I was like, because I didn't know how it happened. But
so it's like, wait a minute, you saw the deer, but there's no deer meat waiting for me on my porch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, really. Well, it depends on how many points it was. So I guess they couldn't go after it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 100 points if it's meat. Deer meat's good.
That's true. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
All right, Scott, what you got coming up?
I'm getting ready for RARS Fest. It's the Raleigh Ham Fest. It's not this weekend, but the following weekend. So here pretty soon it'll be time to get the car cleaned up and get all that stuff up on the roof and get ready to go for that. So I'll actually be driving it. No trailer this time. I'm just going to drive it with all the stuff up there. So that ought to be a good time.
Awesome, awesome. Randall Edge, I know you will be at that show. Go check out Scott's car. It's awesome. Randall's a Patreon. He's always going to that show. All right, Hayden, what you got coming?
Well, more boat work. I'm getting stuff cleaned up inside. Hopefully, thinking I'm going to have an antenna and a radio put in for HF and do some hunting this weekend. I'm also looking forward to the big Delaware Rove meetup at Lums Pond State Park at 2:00. Guys want any directions or need any directions to where it's at, hit me up on Discord and I'll guide you in. Been there before.
Deal.
That's about it.
Dan?
Georgia State POTA this weekend. If you still need any Georgia State parks in your hunted log and you don't get them this weekend, you are sleeping. So, hunt us.
Absolutely. For myself, tomorrow morning I will be doing a lot of cursing. I don't like to edit videos. Dan and Hayden has both listened to me edit videos before in the back while I'm getting ready for a video, and I'm just doing a Patreon video, and it's like somebody on Tourette's. You just start hearing random cursing. But tomorrow morning I have to finish a video that I'm putting out tomorrow afternoon. I think you guys will enjoy this video that I'm putting out, though. At least I enjoyed making it. We'll just say that. So video coming out tomorrow afternoon. Other than that, I will be in parks every day. This weekend, I will be in parks hunting the Georgia State Parks deal and keeping the grind. Next week, I'll be getting the car ready, and on Wednesday, I'm heading out and start making my way to Delaware for the Delaware in a weekend. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I wanted to ask somebody about since they wouldn't come on the stream. So the Sunday of the Delaware Rove, I hear we're getting another activator, a guest activator, and from what I hear, Miss Toby will be activating with the Delaware activators on Sunday of the deal. So I look forward to that. I haven't met Toby in person yet, so that's gonna be fun. All right. Other than that, I'm heading over to the after chat right here in a minute. Thanks everybody for the donations. I appreciate it very much. And again, if you are in anywhere, the Delaware area, New Jersey, whatever, come over to the meetup and hang out a little bit. It'll be a lot of fun. Dan will tell you I'll get you addicted to peanut butter and everything else. So.
Nice.
Dan even men in blacked me with the little memory thing because I did CW on Robbie's K2 and I was like, ooh, I need one. Dan's like,
no, you don't.
And a 500-watt amplifier to go with it.
Listen, I do CW and there's going to be some CW. I do some QRP. Even though I've got some funny videos coming about that, but there's some videos coming out that's going to be QRP, and they have something to do with the video that comes out tomorrow. We'll just say. But all right, see everybody after chat. Thanks a lot, guys. 73.
See you guys.
73, everyone.
73.